Summer is certainly rolling right along, so it's a good time to get caught up on some City of Syracuse issues with Syracuse Common Council President Pro Tempore, Jimmy Monto. Jimmy, always good to see you. Thanks for being here.
You too, Jeff.
First one I want to get to is in regards to the Citizens Review Board. First of all, let's start there. What is, for those who don't know out there, the Citizens Review Board, and what was it created to do?
So it's created for police oversight. It was created years ago. It's a appointed body appointed by the Common Council and the Mayor's office together. It's a group of people that hear complaints that come from citizens when they're interacting with the Syracuse Police Department.
So there was a ruling concerning this in Rochester. It had nothing specifically to do with Syracuse. A couple of months ago, a few months ago, the Mayor's office decided, well, we should also kind of pause what CRB is doing because of that ruling. Council just recently said, hey, you know what? It's time you guys get back to doing this. They said, not unless we have legal protection. I know they're meeting this evening. Where did you guys come that you felt like, hey, now it's time to pick up again?
I think we kind of landed on the side of, we want to make sure that the CRB itself as a body is being protected. And the council is saying, we support you in the decision that you make and what you want to do. If you decide you want to push that envelope a little bit and keep investigating, listen, everybody that I've talked to across the board, from the mayor to the police chief, the Common Council, the legal minds, everybody's pro CRB. Everybody thinks we need it. It's just what does the path look like going forward?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, to be continued on that.
Yeah, to be continued.
Thank you. This is one thing that I think could easily get kind of overlooked, kind of under the radar kind of thing. But City Hall, the Mayor's office, just released some pretty impressive stats in regards of worker safety. And specifically with the waste collection unit. We know those carts, and at the beginning there was a, you know, not everybody changes different for some people, but we got those carts and the trucks that lift the trash cans and recyclables and dump them in there. Last year, 0 shoulder injuries, 0 claims pulled out. How big a deal is that for the workers, obviously, and also the city itself?
It's a big deal. So keeping people safe, you know, besides pay, I think, if you ask a city worker what do they care about when they're out there doing that job, it's a tough job. And keeping them safe and keeping them uninjured is important. It was very controversial. Those trash carts, I've been on the council for 4 years. That may be the most controversial thing that we've had to deal with since I've been there, but they seem to be working. They are not perfect, you know, neither am I, but those trash carts they're working when it comes to the workers staying safer.
Yeah, and you know, change is always difficult, but you know, I think you get used to those kinds of things.
They're big, they're bulky, and you know.
Like you said, nothing's perfect. But
nothing's perfect.
I'm also curious too, so we definitely want, you know, workers, whatever the profession, to go to work, do their job, and be able to come home safely without getting hurt. But I'm guessing there's another part of this where people probably appreciate that there's a more consistency to picking up the trash because you're not filling stuff. People aren't out on workers' comp and things like that. It makes that whole trash and recyclable pickup a lot smoother, I would think. Yes,
I think if you ask the citizen that has a problem with their trash on Monday what they think of it, you're not going to get a good story.
Right.
But for the most part, the constituents that I hear, their complaints are not about the timeliness of the trash. It's little things. You know, a wheel has fallen off, or maybe they missed me this week. And these are still humans. Yeah. We make errors, but for the most part, I'm very happy with the program.
Yeah, I've said many times, you can ask people in the newsroom that if there's 1 or 2 things that people care about a lot, it's getting their trash picked up. That is a big one. Yeah. Here's another one I wanted to talk to you about that, again, may kind of fall under the radar a little bit, and it's almost been a bit of an albatross for the city for several years now. It's the Westminster Steps. They got so bad that a couple of years ago, you guys had to close them off altogether, and it's been it's going to be expensive to fix them up. What do we do? You, and I mean you and the larger Common Council, have just last week decided we're going to bond for a lot of the money, up to, I think, $3 million. I know there's a pretty sizable, I think, $600,000 state grant in there, too. But we're going to put the money up, and we're going to fix these things. But why? Why was it important to finally do this to these steps?
Listen, I think we have to fix everything, right? You know, Harvey Milk once said years ago that to get a city successful, and I'm paraphrasing, you have to start in the neighborhoods. And these things matter to neighborhoods, right? We need to fix every pool. We need to fix every playground. We need to fix those stairs. What gets missed with those stairs is, yes, they're expensive, but so is everything,
right?
You know, but those stairs are a safety hazard. So it's not just that they're there, they're historic, they're pretty. They've been used over the years for football teams and basketball teams and, you know, runners, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have to fix everything.
Yeah.
You know, is it all going to happen tomorrow? No. Is it all going to be very expensive? Yes. But the neighborhoods, every neighborhood you go to, if you say to them, what are the landmarks sitting in your neighborhood? And do you want them to fall apart? And the neighbors say, absolutely not. Fix everything.
Yeah.
I wish we could do it with one broad stroke.
Sure.
You know, $10 billion real quick would fix everything. But
basic timeline on the project? What are we looking at?
You know, I don't know. I think it's going out to bid now again. There's money, obviously, Senator May did send a big chunk of money from the state, so that will help offset the cost. And, you know, it's expensive, but so are the pools, and so are roofs, and so are,
you got to fix the leak in the roof of your house.
The sidewalks are expensive, but at the end of the day, I'll tell you, sidewalks are one of those, another issue where at the end of the day, they're expensive, but when a citizen gets them done and they look at their street and they say, that was worth it.
Yeah,
that was worth it.
Well, it was worth having you on, Jimmy. Thanks so much for being here. We'll talk again.
All right.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.